Hey everyone, you know, I saw Angry Joe's, one of his recent videos, not the ones he'd done in the past 24 or something hours, but, or the past hour or so, but mainly the one he did about a day or two ago, where I found out, because I found this out on Twitter, he posted it on Twitter where he basically stated that SME, which is short for Sony Music Entertainment, had copyrighted his video, had copyright claimed his video for 4 seconds of music that was used. And he was just using this 4 seconds of music as just an example of something he had done before. Because I think he and other Joe were doing a reaction to something. And he wanted to show Joe something that he had done back in a previous review for a game of the same title, because I think they were reacting to a trailer for a game, for a sequel or a continuation game, or a sequel game in that franchise. So Angry Joe basically, he basically let his anger be known about this, because to him to someone like Joe, it's one thing to copyright claim a video that uses 3 minutes of music or half an hour of footage or a half an hour of music or whatever. It's one thing to copyright claim it. It's one thing, like I said, to copyright claim it. I was just thinking there for a moment. Sorry for that bit of pause. I was just thinking for a moment. But it's one thing to copyright claim it for that amount of time with music or footage. But to Joe, it's another thing to copyright claim it if it's for about 4 seconds. Because to someone like Joe, it shouldn't matter if it's 4 seconds. 4 seconds is nothing to someone, to anybody. Whether they're monetizing the video or they're not monetizing the video, it should be nothing. But it is. You see, this again is what strengthens my argument. It strengthens my argument in my debating over to monetize my channels. Because here's the thing. I got a cough drop in my mouth, so I apologize for that. But here's the thing. With my channel, I have a lot of stuff on there. A lot of AMVs, fan vids, PMVs, AMVs being animated or anime music videos, fan vids being comic book related music videos, PMVs being pony music videos, you name it. I have those. I have uncut versions now, because I have a video capture device, uncut versions of my CAW League's bi-weekly shows like Thunder and Women of Honor and Raw and some of the CPV events. And it's because that uncut version has music in them, has the entrance music. And sometimes, like recently, I uploaded some footage from BabsCon, and in the background you hear the music being played, and it got copyrighted as well. The point is, and the reason this strengthens my defense in not monetizing your channels, is because the more you because when you monetize your channels, there's a greater chance that, yeah, you'll make money off some of your videos, but there's also a greater chance that you'll lose money. And that's one thing you don't want to do. You don't want to lose money on something that you feel is completely harmless. It's not doing any harm. I mean, in your minds, and in your eyes and minds, and in the eyes and mind of someone like Angry Joe Vargas, you're not doing anything wrong. In fact, what you're probably doing is promoting that copyrighted material for people to go and probably check it out themselves and maybe buy that song or buy that movie or that episode or go buy the game. But that's not how corporations look at it sometimes. You see, it's kind of like, you see, when I look at people that decide to monetize their channels, I look at them with all due respect. I look at them being the kind that will sign a contract without looking at the fine print. You have to look at the fine print before you sign that contract. Because if that fine print says, oh, by the way, if you use any copyrighted songs or use any kind of material, songs, footage, whatever, from these labels, then by signing this contract, you agree that these labels get most of the profit and you get none. That's basically what it is. Now, I'm sure Joe will file a dispute and a claim against it, and hopefully maybe he'll win, because I'll admit 4 seconds is really nothing, but again, to corporations out there, it is something. To them, 4 seconds is $5 or even $10, all depending. That's how they look at it. To them, 4 seconds could equal $5 to $10. And yeah, that might be chump change to these corporate people, but guess what? It might be chump change to them, but it's still something. Or not chump change to the corporate people, but in the eyes, I should say, of someone like Joe and people like us, it might be chump change to the corporation, but to that corporation, it's still money. And even if it's chump change, they don't want to lose it. And that's a fact. That's why, despite the fact that I could, at any time, because I have not one, not two, but three YouTube channels. I mean, you know, and like I said, that's why, what I'm trying to say is, that's why that no matter whatever time it is, even though I could take 2 out of my 3 YouTube channels and say, I'm going to montage that one, or I'm going to montage that one, I'm not going to do it. Because I know the risk that could happen. Yes, if I do a video like this, it'll make money. But if I decide to repost or re-upload one of my PMVs or fanvids or AMVs on one of my backup channels and it has a copyrighted song, then that money that I would probably get with that video because of its views would be going to the corporation. And I don't want that. Excuse me. Like I said, I got a cough drop. But like I said, I don't want that. I don't want that to happen. Because I'd rather be making money instead of losing money. But again, I understand where Angry Joe is coming from. I really do. Angry Joe feels that 4 seconds should not be a problem. But when you look at someone like a corporation like Sony, a corporation like Warner Brothers, RCA, you name it, Universal, yeah, they may not mind you using their songs or anything, because most of the time when you get a copyright claim on you, it'll say there's no viewing restrictions. Even though they may not mind that at first, they may not really mind that, and they may allow people to view it on any device or platform available, there's always that catch, that even though they'll allow the music to still be played, they're the ones that make the money, not you. And even if you don't intentionally mean to have music playing in the background, it's going to happen. I mean, I'll give you an example. Okay? There are times when I do a video before work, during lunch, or after work, that if I'm walking around and a car goes by, a car has some music going on loud, there's a good chance that my video recording is going to catch that video, and there might be a copyright claim on that video, even if it's unintentional. Now, the video will still be viewed and everything, but still it'll have a copyright claim due to the fact that basically there's music playing in the background that's going to get copyrighted by that company that owns the rights to that song. So even if it's a very meaningless 4.5 seconds clip of music, companies are still going to claim it. That's about it. Companies are still going to claim it. I mean, when I look at I'll give you an example. When I look at my uncut version of my CAW league shows, my Creative Wrestling League shows, and I look at the copyright, it shows me how many minutes how long certain music is being played during that video. It shows me when and where. So even if, sorry for that pause, I was just thinking about what I was going to say here. So even if a song in that clip is playing for about 50 seconds, yeah, 50 seconds or even 25 seconds shouldn't be a big deal, but it is. Even if a song's playing, like with Joe's example, for 5 seconds, it shouldn't matter, right? But it does. Because like I said earlier, that 5 seconds could mean $5 to $10 lost from that corporation's pocket. Even though to the consumer like me, to a user consumer like me and Joe, it's chump change, to them it's still money lost. And they don't want that. And again, this goes back to my point. That as great as it is to monetize your videos and make money off your videos, and hey, if you want to do that, that's your option. What you need to do is have a channel that's mostly non-copyrighted material, basically like what I'm doing. Just talking, blogging, and all that. And if you can make money just doing that, that's fine. You won't have to worry about companies sneaking in your opinion, either with legitimate or false copyright claims and taking money from you. But in this case, when you look at, but in Joe's case, when he sees the fact that the copyright claim is by SME, Sony Music Entertainment, to a corporation like them, $5 to $10 shouldn't mean anything. It should be chump change. They shouldn't mind losing that, but they do. And again, this is why my argument, my debate of monetizing your channels still stands. Yeah, making money off your channel is great, but you're also risking losing money if you want to use copyrighted material. My suggestion to any of the established YouTubers out there, like an Angry Joe, Ellen Cara, a Channel Awesome, or a Cinemassacre, heck, Cinemassacre is doing it anyway, with Cinemassacre Plays. My suggestion to them and anybody else is if you're going to want to use copyright material, fine. But if you want to make money, create a new channel. Create a new channel that lets you make money without having to worry about things being copyrighted claimed. Like if you want to make a channel that are like, vlog-like reviews to coexist with the reviews on your other channel, then so be it. That way, they're just vlogs. You won't have to worry about having any copyright claim thrown at you. I mean, it makes sense. So if Angry Joe has to do another Angry Joe channel just to do a vlog-like review of these games so he can make some money, then I would suggest him do that. If Linkara has to do a separate Atop the Fourth Wall channel just so he can make some money without having to worry about copyrights coming down his throat, then do it. that makes more sense than fighting this. Now, I'm not saying, again, like I said earlier, I'm not saying Angry Joe won't fight and win. I mean, I'm pretty sure the people that will look at the claim will agree with him. They'll be like, yeah, you know what, 4 seconds, that shouldn't matter. We're gonna vote in his favor. We're gonna remove the copyright claim, and he's gonna be able to make money now. You know, they might vote in his favor. They may agree with him. Because again, I'm with Joe. You know, 4.5 seconds shouldn't really be a big deal, but it is. It is a big deal. So yeah, hopefully, Joe, you win your claim, your dispute, because you know, you do have a point. 4.5 seconds shouldn't really matter. But again, remember, these are corporations, and to them, 4.5 seconds could be 5, 10, maybe 20 bucks. And they don't want to lose that, even though to someone like us, that's chump change to them. To them, it's still money they don't want to lose, even if it's $5 to $20. So, but again, this is why my argument, why my debate is strengthened about not monetizing your channels. Because even though it's great to earn money off your channel for your videos, it's another to risk losing your channel and risk losing money as well because you want to use copyrighted material. So that's just my opinion on it, guys. So hopefully Joe wins this dispute that he gets, because it does seem ridiculous that he would be claimed for 4.5 seconds. But let me know what you guys think down below. Comment if you like. Do you agree with what I had to say here? And I will talk to y'all later.